Good morning, Sam. It is Monday, August 9th, and I am back! That's right, Sam. I spent the last week in the woods without internet or cell service, just like hanging out and existing. I've gone to this camp for years, and every time I go, it is this wonderful, amazing, tranquil experience to be engulfed in this world for a short period of time and be able to exist without paying attention to the world outside. This year in particular, I wanted to lean into that and really make sure I had no connection with the outside world while I was there. Now, I've never had service at that camp, and this year was no different. In the past, sometimes I've used somebody else's hotspot or something like that to jump on the internet and check things. This year, no, not at all. I wasn't going to use email, I wasn't going to use text, I wasn't going to be in contact with the world outside for a week. I wasn't going to be able to use Snapchat or Instagram. I was just going to be present in the moment that I was existing. And Sam, it was absolutely phenomenal. I got to be present in the experiences that I was in without thinking about or worrying about the world outside. So often I find myself distracted by this little box that I have in my pocket, pinging me about a conversation I'm supposed to be having with someone or an email that needs to be sent over here, when most of the time those things really aren't that important. So instead of being distracted by this plethora of information that's constantly raining down on me, my phone constantly buzzing about nothing, like literally 90% of the notifications that I came back to were meaningless and were just trying to grab my attention. I let my family and a couple of clients know that I would be unavailable for the next week. And that's what I was, just unavailable. And it was fine. I mean, there were some emails that I needed to reply to once I got back into cell service on Saturday, but that was it. I've talked in this channel before about my conscientiousness in regards to phone addiction, and this week was another example of it. I don't need to be connected with the outside world all of the time. My life can be fine if I'm just here in the moment. And so while I did bring my camera with me with the intention to shoot videos while I was there, once I got into that space, hanging out with people that I love dearly, if I was trying to experience something through a lens as opposed to my eye, I was going to lose something. So I took a couple pictures and then put my camera away for the week. That doesn't need to be documented. It doesn't need to be shown. It can just exist in my head. It can be something that I lived fully and deeply. And I'm sorry to all of you, but I don't feel like it's something that needs to be shared, partially because it couldn't have captured how glorious it was to be there. I feel so fortunate and so lucky and so glad to be back. Sam, I loved all of your videos last week. Thank you for holding up the fort, and I'll see you